Hello everybody! It's been 3 years since I started my Patreon. When I launched it, I wasn't even sure that it was going to go anywhere. At the time, I was working a stressful job while trying to make YouTube videos on my 1 or occasionally 2 days off. And if you didn't know, the job was dog grooming. Dog grooming is absolute heck, but let's not get too far into that. Seeing as I've been running the Patreon almost identically to how I initially set it up for about 3 years now, a few elements have become a bit outdated. For example, the I Spoil sprites. At first, when I was only doing a couple dozen, it was manageable within a few days. More recently, I've been doing 40 or 50, which is a huge time investment, and it's a very big time investment for $10 commissions. Even if said commissions are just, little guys. So I figure I should just let everybody know, especially if you're a Patreon who's unsubscribed from the emails, that I'm moving the sprites to a new higher tier. These are the Orbital Ocelots, and they get to be blue on the Patreon. So now my tiers look like this. The Comic Kits, who get Discord and voice acting access. The Star Cats, who get assets and cameos alongside the previous tier. The Pulsar Pumas, who are just an optional $10 tier who I've left up for the many people who have just been casually supporting me for so long, and the Orbital Ocelots, who get everything else, plus the option to get a spoil sprite towards the end of the month. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, Moonkitty, I am a patron, but I don't know what to do, so I've composed a tiny little tutorial just for you. The first thing you do is link your Discord account with your Patreon account. This gives you access to the Discord where every morning several people post the same few cat gifs. You don't get an invite link, it will automatically put you into the Discord. It's fantastic! Once you're there, to access the voice acting, you go into the #voices channel and fill out this form, attaching an MP3 or a WAV voice sample so I can hear you. This will open up the #voices call and the #join StormClan channels after you're accepted. In the Voices Call channel, just about once a month, I will ping everyone to let them know I'm looking for voices. Try not to casually talk in there otherwise, because it's the one channel most people keep notifications on for. After I've got a few people ready, usually a minute or two after I initially ping, I'll post the list of cats who need voices for everyone, and I pick the voice actors from there, usually in a first-come, first-served sort of way. And you should only respond if you can record right away. I do it this way so that I can get the videos finished and ready to post in a timely manner. I'm usually going to be finishing and posting the first of the videos I called for only a day or two after the call, and I need to be able to finish the animation quickly. Once you've been chosen and have recorded for the voice call, you get turned green on Discord, which is how you will stay until the next call. This is how I can quickly tell who's been picked recently and who hasn't. The #join StoneClan channel, meanwhile, is for the StoneClan videos that I've been making recently. Those are composed almost entirely of my patrons sending voice clips that I did not write, that have been reconstructed into a video script to, varying levels of success. In Join StoneClan, patrons post voice clips of themselves saying just about anything as long as it's Warrior Cats relevant. When I choose one of your lines, I assign it to a character that I make up, depending on what role I need to fill at the time. And I add that character to the alliances. After you have allegiances. It's allegiances, not alliances. Get it through your head. After you have that character, you and others are free to reference them by name while recording. Before that point, though, do try to be a bit vague with names. When you're a Star Cat, alongside this, you get access to the Patreon assets, which are just posts with links to galleries of I Spoil sprites and short video backgrounds that I post infrequently. You can use these for icons or Discord emotes or whatever you'd like, I really don't mind. When it comes to the video backgrounds especially, I don't even use them twice anyways. Additionally, you get access to the Cameo Pool, which is a list of cat characters that I put into the backgrounds of videos. This is done through Discord. What you do here is you post one reference of your cat or your character. When it reaches the top, I'll put it in the video and delete the post. Then you can post another as soon as you notice it's gone. This list is a bit long, so as long as you were a patron for 1 whole month, your cat will stay in even if you leave. When you're a Pulsar Puma, you get to be purple. I didn't really have anything to fill this $10 tier after I moved the sprites up a new tier, so the Pulsar Puma is kind of a legacy, a grandfathered tier for my Patreon, because I couldn't think of anything to do that wouldn't just make a whole bunch of unnecessary work for myself. So the Pulsar Puma is just there. You are purple. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being purple. When you're an Orbital Ocelot, you get the ability to sign up for an iSpoilSprite every month. We do these through the Patreon website, but I ping everybody through Discord when it's time, just in case you're unsubscribed from the emails. Usually near the end of the month, around the 26th, I'll post a call asking for your references. To get a sprite that month, you need to respond to it on Patreon. What you do is post the reference for your character that you want turned into an iSpoilSprite in the call thread, and refresh to make sure it posts. Additionally, make sure that this is a link to an image of your character. I get a lot of problems where I get Google Drives that I can't access, or links to Discord posts instead of links to images. So just make sure your file is ending with an image file extension, or you're linking to a toy house or something where I can actually access the image. Anyways, after your picture is posted, at the first of the month after the payments go through, I start working on everyone's sprites and post them as soon as I'm done, at which point the submission time for the sprites is over. And then you party with your iSpoilSprite, which you can use for whatever you'd like, or edit it, or whatever. The resolution is a little too small for t-shirts, though. Additionally, StarCats and above show up in the credits for my short videos. I use your name on Patreon for this because that's how it shows up when I download the spreadsheets. Make sure you don't have it set to anything you wouldn't want the internet to see. We also occasionally play games like Jackbox and Among Us in the Discord, but that's not a reward, it's just for fun. I want to thank everybody again for supporting me. It's been a fast 3 years on the Moonkitty Patreon, which both feels like it's been no time at all and my entire life at the same time. In these 3 years, I've made 1,353 iSpoilSprites, well over 1,000 little cat drawings. This isn't counting the sprites from my actual videos, by the way, which would probably bump it up another 100 and something or so. I want to stress that this Patreon and this YouTube channel being successful changed my life dramatically. I wouldn't be able to make these videos without it, and without going into too much detail here, the life situation that I was in before it was much less than ideal. Again, thank you for being a patron, and if you're not, thank you for subscribing and continuing to watch my videos. Here's a picture of Ocelot, a representation of my gratitude. Look at this handsome cat. Look at him. Look at his big eyes and his stupid little face. I guess you can see Pepper too. Does Pepper count as an expression of gratitude? I think a picture of Pepper counts as like... as an insult. You send a picture of Pepper to someone you dislike to tell them, hey, I've taken this picture of this cat just to let you know that I hate you. I'm sorry, Pepper. You're so weird.